Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I'm talking about Condoleezza Rice. The reason being that there's an article that's been posted up on a website, 74. The title is 74 Interview Condoleezza Rice on Education, National Security, and Donald Trump. This article is dated January 4th. So I actually did read it a while back, and I kept it at the back of my mind because it intrigued me. Condoleezza Rice, of course, was formerly a national security advisor and then Secretary of State under the Bush administration, the second Bush, and went through her paces and then went back to her life. She became a provost. I believe it was at Stanford University. Yeah, she was an academic, Stanford political scientist and provost of the university. And that was even before her tenure with the Bush administration, and then she went back. So she's actually served internationally. People consider her a war hawk. But she also has a focus on education, and that's what this article covers. It's a thorough discussion on Condoleezza Rice's position on education at all levels, of course, higher education, high school, classrooms, and then on down. She's been an advocate for strong standards, school choice, and building a culture of high expectations for both students and teachers. And so she's very strongly dedicated to the idea of education. She's been a chair of the Foundation for Excellence in Education's Board of Directors. And so she's got, creds in the education field as well as, of course, the international arena. So I read through this, and what intrigued me was I thought to myself, would there be any way that Condoleezza Rice would ever be persuaded to join the Trump administration? The question that naturally comes up of where to put her. She's already been Secretary of State. Where do you go from there? Maybe Vice President, but that's Mike Pence. I wonder how different Trump's campaign would have been had Condoleezza Rice run as his vice president. It would have been kind of weird because she's, got a reputation as a war hawk, and Trump does not. So, interesting. My question being, would Condoleezza Rice consider joining as Trump's Secretary of Education? We already know that Betsy Devos is actually under consideration for Secretary of Education. Out of all the women that I spoke of in the Trump administration in an earlier video, it was Betsy DeVos that concerned me the most for her stance on privatization and school choice. And it seems like Condoleezza Rice is similarly focused. But I sense from Condoleezza Rice, more so than from Betsy DeVos, an actual dedication to the field of education. And so while her position on privatization is not mine, Condoleezza Rice, I sense that she would be dedicated to actually bring excellence to the best of her ability. Um, I don't know. It might be that Donald Trump wants to stand behind Betsy DeVos, the way he stood behind most of his picks or all of his picks. Betsy DeVos's confirmation hearing has been pushed back. I'm not sure why. It actually never really. Well, yeah. But I don't know. There's reasons for everything, and so if there's some sort of ambiguity or something going on, that Condoleezza Rice might be the one to persuade to step into that gap if there is a concern with Betsy DeVos. I do not believe that Condoleezza Rice would have a problem with getting confirmed. The reason being that, like Elaine Chao, she has served for many years in the Bush administration. She's known. She's respected. She's been investigated with background checks left, right, and center, not only in Washington, but even as provost at Stanford. So her views are known. She's known. She's proven herself capable in the international arena. She's proven herself capable in the education arena. Um, so, I'm just throwing it out there. One of the reasons being that, of course, I do feel that there should be more women in the Trump administration visible because women make up more than 50% of the voting electorate, the tax-paying electorate, paying the salaries of those in Washington, D.C. It would be nice to be able to pay the salaries at least half of an administration that resembles the taxpayers. That's pretty fair. But anyway, so who knows? It might be that Condoleezza likes the life that she's living now, that she's okay with her excellent job that she's doing out in Stanford, and that she's already been Secretary of State. It would be almost like she'd be doing a favor for the Trump administration. But it depends. It all like everything in life, it depends. But it's just something I'm throwing out there. It's just a suggestion, just to see where it goes. Good luck.